scepter that came from the lineage of Judah, the lineage of David. I'm telling you that you can. But the records go to show through prophecy who the world calls Jesus' real name, Yahushua, is. We follow the Torah. You see these Zeeks on? Where's yours? We got our beards. You got tattoos. You eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. Never had a cheese. Where in the law does it say you can't have a cheeseburger? Where is that? Show me.
You can't feed the cat its mother's milk.
I'm saying, show me that. Because, yeah, the kosher cigarette. Because all you're showing me is that when you're gonna go to Exodus and you're gonna talk about this kid goat, you're not supposed to sacrifice that kid goat. Eat that kid goat. It don't talk. It don't talk about you can't eat, but nowhere in that law that it says you can't eat a cheeseburger.
My cheeseburgers are made of goat.
It doesn't matter.
Because it's a cow and it's dairy.
Exodus 23:19.
Uh-huh.
26 and Deuteronomy 2:21.
Read it. No, I want you to read it.
Shall not boil a kid in his mother's milk.
Okay.
This prohibition is interpreted in different ways. It seems to be the one which the majority of Jews obey.
Get 2 Samuel 17:27-29. Let me show you something. Let me show you we can eat cheese. And we can eat cheese. That law does not say that. You're adding unto the law, and that's sin. You know that, right?
No, because
That's Deuteronomy 4.
they built fences.
Bring it out.
Build fences around the top of their roof of their house, yeah. Not the ground. Right? Let's see if we can eat cheese, livestock together. Go ahead. 2 Samuel, go ahead. 27.
This book of 2 Samuel, chapter 17, starting at verse 27. And it came to pass.
Excuse me, sir. Can you please? Yeah, the secondhand smoke. I appreciate you. Thank you. Go ahead.
And it came to pass when David was come to Mahan.
Get to verse 29. Let's just get to the point. Go ahead.
Verse 29. And honey and butter and sheep.
What?
And sheep and cheese of kind for David and for the people that were with him to eat.
To do what?
To eat.
To eat. So they were eating meat and cheese together. David. That's who the man that you say you come from.
Bring it out.
It's meat and cheese together. They're eating cheese, they're eating meat.
Same course.
The prohibition does not say that you cannot eat a cheeseburger, sir. You're adding that to the text. You can't do that. He said he don't eat cheeseburgers.
I've never had one in my life. Ever.
Never had one. If you go to Canada Steak Burger, they have the best cheeseburgers in San Diego.
I literally have never had one.
You know, that's arguable.
So he keeps part of the Torah, but not all of it?
Not all of it.
Well, it's Shabbos, so I can't even keep this part of it. It's Shabbat. I shouldn't be smoking and listening to music and that shit.
So why are you doing it?
I'm not that observant, but I'm kosher.
So
I mean, what do you want?
what rabbi prayed over that? What's that? Black and Mild or is that Swisher Sweet?
Black and mild as well.
Neither one. What?
I said, what rabbi prayed over your drink? Your coffee?
You don't need it because it has coffee. You don't need to.
What about them shoes? What about what rabbi prayed over them shoes?
Look up what kosher is. You're never gonna find kosher in the Bible.
Yeah.
Your kosher is a terminology that represents that a rabbi has proceeded over the preparation of that food.
Right.
Okay, so correct me. Tell me what kosher means.
So, kosher animal, kosher slaughter, which is kind of the same as halal. You have to slit the jugular vein in one fell swoop. The animal is not supposed to suffer.
Where's that in the Bible?
I don't know. You guys should know that.
It's not. I'm telling you, sir, and you're telling me no. So I'm saying that the terminology and the definition of kosher comes with a process.
But the process is to soak the blood out with salt. There's no blessing involved in it. You don't have to. It's just watching.
That's all goes into what kosher is, correct? Does a rabbi have to proceed over that that
No,
process?
it just has to be someone that keeps the Sabbath.
Huh?
It just has to be someone that keeps the Sabbath.
That's kosher.
well, if you keep the Sabbath, you're going to be kosher. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a rabbi.
No. The process of, like you said, the way you slit it,
Yeah.
the purging,
My grandfather was a shofar.
does the rabbi have to be present to do that?
No.
I think you need to update your information on what kosher
Man, we
means.
need to get over this kosher thing.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
ask, like, 'cause I was like,
Listen,
all right.
get that first Samuel 16:12. Let's show this. What's your name, sir? Dave. I'm Priest Yash, right? Kahan Yash in the Paleo Hebrew. Let's see what King David looked like, right? Because would you say that your forefathers and foremothers were taken on ships and taken to a place of captivity, as the Torah says and states and prophesies? Did that happen to your ancestors? No, that's the Torah. That's prophecy. The Lord told Moses that if you don't keep my law, statutes, commandments, that I was going to take you to a place on ships, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And that word "buy" in the Hebrew means to redeem. Did that happen to your ancestors? Because that happened to the Israelites,
Tell him to put it out.
the Jews. No, of course.
He just lit it up after asking me not to.
No, I'm asking. No, I'm asking you a question. I ain't saying nothing about you. I'm asking you a question. Because you can look like that, but somewhere down the line, you can actually really be a Jew. I don't know. So I'm asking you questions. Did your ancestors, your forefathers and foremothers go on ships to a place? So we're in history. Like, give me the history. From where to where?
If I'm white, and what ended up happening,
You're not white, but you are less pigment. Listen.
then what ended up happening was that at some point, people left Israel. 2000 years ago, they went to Europe, and then as they went into so at a certain point in time, there was a lot of intermarriage and stuff. And that's how I became, less
But that, hey, that's not what the prophecy says, though, in the Torah. It don't say. It never says that the Jews left on their own. Hold on, Dave. It never said the Jews left on their own and went to Europe, and a lot of intermarriages happened. It don't say. It doesn't say that in the Torah in the prophecy. It says that a people.
But are you trying to get to the point that
No, I'm just telling. I'm telling you.
And he didn't answer the question.
I'm
When
not,
did they go into
no,
slavery?
I'm
You said?
asking you a question. It's due upon the pace of your understanding, your knowledge. If you know about your ancestors, forefathers, foremothers going on ships to another place to serve captivity as slaves, did that happen to your ancestors? It's not the point of saying. It's not the point of saying. Are we saying that black people went on ships into slavery? Everybody knows that. That's history. So all I'm trying to ask you is that, or all I'm trying to tell you, then ask you is that in the prophecy in the Torah, it says that the Israelites were going to be taken on ships and was going to be sold into their enemies for slave men and slave women, and no man was going to come and redeem them. Not just leave by themselves.
what do you feel about that? How about the Ethiopians?
What about them?
Like,
They were insulted.
What about them?
What I'm trying to get is you guys think
What about?
the original
The Bible proves that we are, because you just stated that black people were taken on ships into slavery. That's what the Torah says. We are not descendants of him. This is where you have you're miseducated, right? You're ignorant, and you're learning of the people of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. There are sources that state that Shem is a man of color of a honey tree. A honey tree is brown. That's what I am. That's what he is. That's what he is. 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 We are brown people, right? Ham, of course, was people of melanin, but that doesn't determine that we are the same people. Just because we are the same pigment. East Indians and African Americans are not the same people, correct? Dave, are East Indians and African Americans the same people? But they're people of color, right? So if we're going to say that people of color come from Ham, we're saying that the East Indian man, woman, and child come from Ham? They're Persians that come from the man Elam.
Like the
That
Filipino.
Elam comes from the man Shem. So these are people of color. Adam. But then God chose a specific people, the Israelites, the
Right out.
people that was taken on ships
Right out.
to a place of captivity to be slaves and sold into the enemies. We are the true children of Jacob. Yes.
That's right.
You believe then in the Torah.
Yes.
And you believe in a way of conversion to Judaism, correct?
That is in the book of Esther, where fear fell upon people, so they converted to being Jewish, not Jews. Because you can't be something that you was not born. I can't wake up tomorrow and be Chinese. I'm always going to be of the tribe of Levi. No, I can't. That's citizenship, not blood. I said bloodline. But you can't trace your bloodline according to the history, and you agreed to that.
Well, no, you're saying that that's
No, that's the book that you believe in. You said that you believed in the book. It's not interpretation. It said what it said. Then you agreed. Then you went to go and ask us, well, how do you know that you're Israelite? And I told you prophecy. Prophecy determines that the Negroes, Hispanic, and Indians are Israelites. I want to go back to the original question that I had that you never answered, which is, in your history, did your forefathers and foremothers go on ships to a place to serve captivity? You said no. You said they walked. 2,000 years ago, you said they walked into Europe.
No, I said they took ships into Europe, but then you said that
So
it
you
had to
could,
do with captivity.
so a ship could go from Israel to Europe. Land, it's called landlocked.
What are you talking about? Israel's on the coast. I lived there for 10 years, dude.
Europe is in what direction of Israel? Is it northwest or just west? Northwest. It's northwest. A 4-hour boat ride. So y'all, so the Jewish people in records. I want you to give me a record, give me a source showing that the Jewish people was taken into slavery into Europe.
I didn't say that. You asked me if my ancestors.
That goes to show that goes to show that what you're saying is not connected to the source, the Bible. Which, the point again is prophecy. That's how we prove who is who. What do you mean we be trying to explain? You don't want to come up here with answers and we give you, with questions and you give me answers.
No, because he's missing something. So
Yeah,
all I'm doing is just trying to get on track.
If you guys
He asked you.
if you guys are
he
the
didn't-
black people, if you guys are the original people,
Hold on, real quick,
then
Dave.
what? Yeah,
Dave, hold on. This is where we're gonna clean this up.
please. Yeah.
He didn't ask you whether or not your ancestors went on ships. He read a prophecy that said that the Israelites were going slavery on ships. He's saying, has that happened? You have answered it repeatedly, and thank you. You've said that at least 4 times now. Probably not. So what he's saying is that how is the Bible saying that your ancestors that was going to happen to them, but you're saying it didn't happen to your ancestors, and we're saying that's a problem. That's a conflict
I'm
now.
trying to understand about why on a Sabbath, what is the message you're trying to preach? That's all I'm saying.
The truth.
You said it earlier.
But if I go, okay, yeah, that's the truth. What is that? What are you trying to accomplish?
We've accomplished to establish the truth because the truth has been denied and hidden for a long time. People like you, from your background, who you acknowledge don't fit the prophecy, have been going around telling people, and people have accepted that you are Jews. But when we say we are Jews, people will deny that even though we fit the prophecy. Who?
Anybody who would deny it.
Sure. So what I'm saying, but
Probably racist asshole.
hold on. But they're also idiots. They're also those who would deny it are idiots, and also those who take claim to being Jews even though they don't fit the prophecy are idiots too.
But anybody can be Jewish.
No. So that's what. So that's what. Stay right here.
Yes,
Stay right here.
yes, anybody
That's why
can be Jewish. I
that's why you
stated that
asked-
earlier.
That's why you asked him the question about conversion. You said if you know the Torah, then you know about conversion. He brought up Esther. So we know that people have taken a liking to the practices and the ways of the Jews. Doesn't make them a Jew. It makes them a converter or a follower of the God of the Jews, but it doesn't make them a Jew. That's why he says, I can't wake up Chinese tomorrow. You said, you can go and get a passport. You can go and file for citizenship. Citizenship does not make you Chinese. You know that someone...
Chinese isn't going to get you.
No. Chinese and... Wait. Is Jewish? Are you being a Jew? Is it your religion or is it your ethnicity? So you're not an ethnic Jew.
Culturally,
Are you an ethnic Jew?
I don't know what that means by ethnic.
Are you a descendant of Jacob? Thank you. So that means it's your bloodline, not your. Meaning, before you ever start to practice your religion, that's who you are because of where you descend from. Correct? What does the word Jew come from? Right. The tribe of Judah.
Right.
Which is the son of Jacob. What we're saying is that the sons of Jacob, the sons of the Yahudi, were supposed to go into slavery on ships. If that did not happen to you and your people, is where it becomes an idiotic statement. And anybody who denies the fact that we went into slavery on ships, among other prophecies and fitting them, anybody that would deny that is also equally idiotic.
That's right. What do you great? So why don't you guys do something? If you are the why don't you do this?
Say it again.
Why don't you do this? Right?
You want to know why?
That's not
Hold on.
prophecy.
Now we got to go into prophecy. One thing about the Jewish community, when we talk to them, you guys wipe your ass with this book that you say you believe in, because there's prophecies that are supposed to happen that God himself, right, has ordained. Hashem, that he has ordained. And you guys just skip all of that and you go do what you want to do and you put yourself back into the land when the Bible says that the Yahudim will go back with the northern kingdom and they will walk out of their land of captivity together that they were brought into on ships.
That's Jeremiah 3.
So, but eventually you will be in Israel. Right?
Eventually we will be there, but we will be placed there by way of a fulfillment of prophecy, not according to our own will. There was a reason why we were pushed out of the land. Are you familiar with why the Jewish people were pushed out of the land? What was the reason? Why were the people of Israel pushed out of their own land? He said, how did, but you believe that the God of the universe, of the heavens and the earth, is your God, right? Why did your God allow you to be pushed out of your own land, to not have the rulership over it anymore? Why did your God allow the temple to be destroyed?
That's part of prophecy.
What was the prophecy?
Remember, I'm still waiting for Messiah.
I hear you. Listen, what was the prophecy? No, but you're saying that you're a descendant of Jacob. So all we're saying is that we know the prophecies, and the reason why we were pushed out of our land is because of our wickedness and disobedience to God. He made a covenant. He says, I set before you this day life and death. Choose ye therefore life. Life is the blessings that you read about in Deuteronomy 28 chapter, Leviticus 26 chapter. This is in Torah. When you read it, he says, if you disobey me, I'm going to bring curses upon you. One of the curses he read, which is going into slavery on ships, but another one was being expelled out of your land, being in subjection to another nation. So all we're saying is that when you say, well, at some point you got to get back to the land, yeah, after we return back into the Lord, and he takes us back as a result of prophecy. Aren't you waiting for the Messiah?
Yeah, but you're saying
Right.
for the second coming, right?
I'm waiting. We're waiting for the final arrival. Yes.
So you guys believe in the New Testament also?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you?
Okay. Now I got it.
It's not even.
do you?
But here's the thing. It's not
So
even.
like Revelation and all that.
I mean, that's the New Testament.
Yeah.
What is called the New Testament. We're not even saying that is the definer for us in believing how things are going to go, because there's something called eschatology in the Old Testament. Meaning what? Dealing with third temple. Right? Which is what you're waiting on. You're waiting on the third temple. So are we. But how is the third temple going to happen? Where is the third temple going to be? It's going to be in Israel, but how are the people going to get back to Israel? This is Old Testament prophecy. It's not New Testament stuff. The New Testament just reiterates what the Old Testament already said. Yeah, so that means you believe in the New Testament then. You just don't believe in the figure that the New Testament is based around.
I don't think
Right. But again, in
generation.
because there were two, there were two Messiahs. No, there one. There is. In the prophecies, there's the son of David, and the house of David, and the house of Joseph. Supposed to be
House of Joseph. Which Joseph? There's a lot of Joseph. There's a Joseph from Egypt.
So there are four different people that were supposed to usher in the Messiah. Now, the Messiah from the house of David,
the nigga that broke into the house or the nigga that got his house broken into?
the guy from
Which happened?
the guy from the house of Joseph was the sacrificial.
What tribe was Joseph from? Manasseh.
Ephraim is the head tribe.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
He's the head brother. He's the one that got the blessing.
Hold on, I'm hearing you.
Why is it
I'm gonna
Manasseh?
let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm saying, when you're done, I would like for you to showcase that there's this Messiah that's supposed to come from the house of Joseph.
I will. So anyway, the Messiah from the house of Joseph was supposed to be a sacrificial guy, comes from the north, goes to Jerusalem, and Jesus was born. What ended up happening was Jesus declared himself that there aren't two, meaning there isn't one that's a lamb and powerful. There's only one that's divine. So therefore, it's a weird situation.
No, it's fine. Just let him finish and then move on, and then we'll let him go.
Yeah, and I got many questions
that's
about
definitely- that's what we require, is that you show us
there's only
that we
been
are
1,500 or 15,000 Jews. The Bible says different.
I think there might be a confusion
I want to
on
question
who,
that.
on who the house of Joseph is, because Joseph was Jesus' father, but he's descended from the loins of David.
No. Joseph is Manasseh.
I know.
I'm not son of Joseph.
But that's what I'm saying. Show us that this prophecy that there's going to be a Messiah coming from the house of Joseph. What's going on? So you got a question?
Not yet.
Okay. Let us know if you got questions. But yeah, now you guys can take over. You guys are back in line with, it can't be no more confusing because he declared it to
I
you.
mean, he want to play the game. That's the
What are you
thing.
showing me?
We want the Bible, man. Give us the Bible, the Torah and the Tanakh.
No. So he's showing me an article. Let's see if the article references anywhere in the Bible. I'm watching. I'm going down. I'm looking at it.
Exactly.
He's going to Zechariah 9. In Israel, Israel certainly had her share of disappointing kings. The book of Samuel, Kings, and Chronicles attest to this Israel, but in Zechariah 9 and 10, the prophet points to a coming king who is unique, right? So that's not saying that he's coming from, watch this, traditional Judaism teaches that the Messiah is a God-fearing, pious Jew who is both a Torah scholar and a great leader. He is to be a direct descendant of King David. Okay, the king is not coming to fight a war. He is coming in gentleness and meekness. This is Zechariah. He's talking about Zechariah. Where is it saying that he's supposed to? Two descriptions, two messiahs. Okay. Micah 5. He is born in Bethlehem. But in Daniel, the prophet tells us he will arrive riding on a cloud of heaven, as predicted in Daniel 9. When we come, regarded the splendor of reign, Isaiah 9 tells us his suffering servant, a royal portrait. It's Psalm 2. Now here's the thing. This is where you guys are just missing it. That he's coming twice. It's a second coming of it. Because when it's describing him going to be born in Bethlehem, but then it says he's going to be riding on a cloud, right? Both of those things can be true and they can coexist with each other.
That's the same Messiah.
Same Messiah. Now, I'm trying to figure out where it says it's coming from Joseph.
Manasseh.
Joseph, which is Manasseh. Maybe, what is that?
But that's the one.
That's
See,
Messiah.
there's the one piece here.
Just let us know when you find it.
Give it to you. Yeah,
Closer.
you can't put me on the spot.
It's good
Yeah.
stuff.
Mashiach ben Yosef, Mashiach the descendant of Joseph, the tribe of Ephraim, son of Joseph, is also referred to as Mashiach ben Ephraim. Mashiach, the descendant of Ephraim, will come first before his final redeemer and later serve as viceroy.
What verse is it
The
quoting?
essential, well, no,
Okay.
I'm trying to get there. The
That's
essential
what we're waiting on.
We're doing it at the same time.
That's all we're waiting on. We're just waiting on the verse. So let me know when you find the verse.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Obadiah 1:18.
Oh, God. No, that's the... Oh, remember we were just listening to that the other day? Obadiah 1:18 is not talking about the Messiah, but I'm going to show you something. Let's read it.
Wait, we're at the same time.
No, I know, but I said we're familiar with it. Obadiah 1:18. And you just show them that that's not talking about no Messiah. That's talking about the literal people of Israel.
Right. And Genesis 30:23.
Start at
Genesis 30:23.
17.
It's the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it.
So where in there does it state that Joseph is the Messiah?
Right.
There's two Messiahs.
Or that there's
We're
two?
talking prophets.
It says Jacob
It says,
And Joseph.
my translation says, the progeny of Esau shall be delivered only into the hands of the progeny of Joseph.
Yeah.
Again,
What translation are you reading from?
Delivered into the hands.
I'm just
No,
reading.
he's talking about the progeny. He's taking that to mean one specific
Yeah,
descendant,
what
as
you're
opposed to the
reading,
entire
what you're
nation.
reading is you're taking some. No, he's good, because he's trying to show us what he's reading. So
Yeah, you go ahead. No, you're fine.
what you're no.
That's too close. Yeah, that's way too close.
I know what you're reading.
Okay.
What you're doing is you're taking somebody's disgusting interpretation of Obadiah to try to make that two messiahs, not knowing that there are other prophets that support the fact that the children of Israel collectively are the battle axe and weapons of war of God.
That's right.
So
that
when
Jeremiah
someone reads
52,
Obadiah, if you just
51?
erase the rest of the Bible, then yeah, you could probably try to interpret that as, oh, well, there's going to be two messiahs, one from the house of Joseph and one from the house of Jacob. One from the northern kingdom, one from the southern kingdom. And we're saying no, because the rest of the Bible, Ezekiel, Jeremiah, Isaiah, tells us that Israel as a whole is the battle axe and weapons of war of